The BR just takes no skill. H5 pistol, that's the GOAT. Oh yeah, well back in my day, we could do stuff like this with the battle rifle. Take a seat, boomer. Boy, I'll mop your butt up off that floor with this battle rifle. Take that, huh? All of the Reach kids and all of the Halo 5 kids have came out of the closet this week to pronounce their newfound love for the Bandit Rifle and how it should be the HCS starting weapon and the ranked starting weapon as well. But is it really the best option other than the battle rifle? As of right now, it has no scope, it has no D-scope, and the range isn't great on it either. You know, and that's something that players have complained about with the BR being a laser and being able to shoot across the map. They've also complained about how it's been too forgiving. And another thing is that Reach had to remove the bloom for this to be even a viable weapon back in the day. But then you got Halo 5 kids complaining about there being no skill gap in Infinite, but in Halo 3 and Halo 2, we had a skill gap with the battle rifle. So many players, as of right now, are calling for the Bandit Rifle to be the new starting weapon right now. They want it at this moment, as of this week, at the time of this recording. But Tashi stated that no new changes would come to the starting weapon until after the World Championship this year in October, which, you know, I can agree with. Personally, I like the BR as it is, but again, I'm a boomer and I've waited, you know, over 10 years at this point to have BR starts again. It's sexy, it's fun, it sounds amazing, and it makes for a very pleasurable viewing experience. But the DMR, it sounds way less satisfying, but you know, it does tickle that dopamine itch. Also, it looks way less sexier than the battle rifle. It has no range, which according to a comment from Lake Zombie, he said that Trippy said, "You will never get off spawn or shoot your way out with the bandit if you are trapped, especially if a team has control of the sandbox." And that's, you know, that's the current version of the DMR as we have it right now, and this is what everybody's calling for to be the starting weapon. The BR at least gives you a chance to fight your way out of that trap, especially like on a map like Pit or like Argyle, where there's a lot of openness and a lot of range where, you know, you can shoot across the map. These maps are so open, you need some type of ranged weapon to be able to fight off somebody that does have a battle rifle or a sniper rifle or a commando. But, you know, right now the competitive community seems to be split on this topic. But my question to you is what should the HCS do? Now, I'm gonna give you my personal thoughts. This is everything that I think about the DMR currently and the battle rifle. Now, let's talk about the DMR first. The DMR, like I said, has no scope, it has no D-scope. Okay, first of all, I like it the way it is right now, just to see how it is, because it is a weapon pickup currently on the map, and you know, it's a very viable weapon close to mid-range. Now, it isn't something you're going to be able to shoot across the map with to be very effective with and pick off kills. That's what the battle rifle or the commando is for. Now, the battle rifle, on the other hand, has a lot of range, it's very versatile, but it's not the most powerful weapon, obviously, because the rest of the sandbox, if you can control that and control those weapons, you can ultimately control the game and the outcome. We see this time and time again with Optic Gaming and other top teams controlling the sandbox, and that is why they win the games. The DMR, on the other hand, you know, like I said, as a starting weapon, it's got a fast time to kill. That's a very, very good thing about the DMR. But like, you're not going to be able to fight somebody with a BR or a commando across the map. And, you know, and that's fine in a lot of people's eyes, and that's, you know, that's totally cool. And I'm open to having a new meta shift, a new starting weapon. Do not get me wrong, but it needs to be done in the right way. And the current version of the DMR is just not doing it for me personally. It's going to need a scope. It's going to need D-scope. It's also going to need a little bit more range, maybe not as much, but you know, you could say the same thing with the BR. You could tighten that range a little bit, bring it down and reduce the range to like a Halo 2 or maybe like a Halo 3 type range, where your shots aren't as effective across the map as they are in Infinite, because Infinite's range with the BR is just a very significant thing, and you know, that's why it's a very forgiving weapon with the spread and all, and the DMR is not. It is a little bit more skillful in my opinion, but I don't think the skill gap is that much higher. Now, the other note I want to mention about the DMR is that it's just a plain old boring weapon. Like, it makes this really loud sound. It's so freaking loud when you're playing the game. I just don't think the viewing experience for the viewers is going to be pleasurable with this weapon. And we saw that with Halo 5 being the pistol starts. I do not think they were pulling those numbers that we are currently having with Infinite, being that the battle rifle is just a very nice, iconic weapon. When, you know, Halo 3 was on top and Halo 2 was on top of the world, that was your starting weapon for competitive Halo. But I'm going to leave it all up to you guys in the comment section. Tell me what you think about the video. Tell me if you have any suggestions for my next one, but tell me what you think about DMR starts versus the BR. But to me, I think the BR should remain, personally, in my opinion, to be the starting weapon. Now, like I said, I could be open to a DMR, but they need to do it the right way. 343 needs to do a test flight, do a community poll, get everybody's opinion before you make this change, because this could be one of those things that could be, you know, not necessarily a game killer, but we saw what happened with Reach when we had a single shot weapon. You know, we saw what happened with Halo 5, even though it had decent viewership for the first few years. And I just don't want that to happen to Halo. I think the battle rifle is a very fun weapon to use. Sounds amazing. It's sexy. We all know that stuff. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to end this video. I appreciate y'all stopping by the video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content, more of my thoughts, more gameplay, and all that jazz. Take it easy. Peace.